The replay crew, you know y'all rock. And thank you to those who came later in the live and you circled back to the beginning. I really appreciate that. And so today we're going to be talking about the palettes that we used in October. And it's not really that many. And I'm trying to figure out why. I don't know. Because I remember one month we used 29, but we did pair a lot of palettes. And so instead of that one for that day, it was two. And so I keep, hey Janice, so I keep thinking of that number. And I'm like, we didn't use a lot last month. Um, I seem to feel like I didn't do a lot of looks last month. And I think part of it was because I did 3 lives a week in October. And so that cut out a day of doing a look unless the live stream we did was not about an eye look. And so we're going to go ahead and do the intro, Janet, and then we'll jump right into it. And I am hoping tonight it'll be fairly short, but we'll see. So hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why do I call it that? The crazy is knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain tool, a certain brand, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance. Hey, Alexandria. We believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if we want to, when we want to, but never feeling like we have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That is the intro. That's the motto. I hope that it resonates with you if it's your first time hearing it. If you've been here and you're like, girl, I say it with you. I say it with you verbatim every time you say it. I do hope it is one of your daily affirmations, just to love yourself and just to wear what you want and just rock it. I did just wake up 35 minutes ago, so I'm still half asleep. So that's what some of the stammering is about, even though sometimes I do that anyway. Two things about me. I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. And the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat. Hey, beautiful Joe. There's an organism that lives in my throat, like right around here somewhere, that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say, excuse me, so that I can not seem like an obnoxiously rude troll. But sometimes I don't notice it until after the fact. So those are the two tidbits about me. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I am out of it. I was up earlier than usual yesterday because I'm working on a project, and so I actually went out. Hey, Sylvia, probably around noonish, and y'all know I was sleeping around noonish. And so when I got back home, I went to bed at like 4 p.m. I woke up around, no, I think I went to bed around, it might have been around 4 p.m. Hey, Grace, and I woke up to get up. It was like 11:30 at night, and so I did eat. And then around like 2 a.m., I started getting sleepy again. So I went back to bed. And so, yeah, so my sleep is just really thrown off. And so today when I got up earlier than usual because today was my pinhead appointment at the VA hospital. And y'all know that wears me out. So if you see red marks on my forehead, like this little pretty one right there, that's one of the sticks. Yeah, so, and I know I told y'all before for my live streams, I set my alarm for 6:30, 7:45, and 7:58. I turned off the 6:30 one and I set it for 7:15. And then one of my aunts called me at like 10 after 7. So I did stay up. So I'm just really out of it. I have been sipping Mountain Dew. I have Skittles here, but they're too chewy for me to chew during live streams because I tried that before and I'm like, okay, this is too much. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm out of it. So I did take out a piece of fish to thaw. I'm gonna make rice later, and then I'll probably will go back to sleep because that appointment does take a lot out of me. Sidebar, as if we haven't been on the side right now, right? We didn't get to why we're here yet. I separated the gems because I had gems for here, and I had gems that Janessa sent me, and I had other gems, and so I split them up into groups. So this one says home gems, and so this is the one for me to practice with and to play with, and it is 2 tools in here and a wax tip tool thing. And I did cut this because this was, I think there's 3 more rows of this, and so I just cut one and put in here. So these are my home gems. that I'll be using and playing with. And the other ones says Kit Gems, and that's over with my kit stuff. Another tidbit, y'all. That pumpkin look I did, hey Tanya, that pumpkin look I did with the orange, I had a bad reaction to that orange. This right, was this the, yeah, this orange in here, the CC Beauty, I had a reaction to that, and I was just like, ow, because it was painful. So what happened was when I washed it off, when I washed it off that night, and I put on my skincare, and y'all know I use like at least 4 or 5 different actives, and and the orange was here, if you remember. This whole part was burning, like my face was on fire. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I had 2 little perfectly symmetrical red marks right here. And that's where the orange met, because I had the black line, and then it was orange, and then it was when I did here, right? And so there was perfectly symmetrical little red marks. Like somebody just took a dime and pressed it on my face. And then the next day, and even now, when I go like this, I can feel little bumps like right here. And it's just strange because I also had orange other places. And y'all remember I had it here, and I put little orange marks for like teeth on my jaw, on my lip line, excuse me. Y'all, my top lip, and even right here, you can't see it, but my skin, hey, Haywood, hey, Michelle, my skin was flaking all along my top lip. My bottom lip didn't, but my top lip, and right here, I can still feel a dry patch. And I was just like, what the hell? Hey, Locke. I was just like, what the hell? And so it was burning, like my face was on fire. I was just like, and it does say patch test, right? But the other ones didn't bother me. So I guess you're supposed to patch test each color. I don't know. But yeah, when I put them actives on, it was burning like my face was on fire. I was just like, and then at first I thought it was the black. And then I'm like, no, because the black was here. And then the pink was the orange. And then like all along here. And it wasn't no black along here. Yo, I was just like, the hell? And so that's the 2 tidbits. And so let's get into why we're here. We're here because we are going to... Locke is insistent that somebody gonna stay. I think I just spit or drooled, excuse me. Thank you, Locke. She gifted 5 more memberships. Thank you, Locke. I appreciate that. Real Talk with Cash. That name is familiar. Kelly Cooper. I'm reading off the recipients. I don't know. Does it show up on your end, like who the recipients are on your side? Kelly Cooper. I want to say sounds familiar, but I don't think so. And Kimmy Who does not sound familiar. I want to say that Sherry Smith sounds familiar. I do, and Stephanie Stewart sounds familiar. So hopefully, excuse me. So what that means is, because it always goes to somebody that's subscribed. So what that means is either they don't watch often, or they watch and just don't comment, because I am pretty good about remembering names. So hopefully they do actually watch more often than not, and that they will. Thank you for the hearts, and that I think those hearts are for Locke. They might be for you, Locke, unless that's you pushing that button, but thank you so much for that. So hopefully and I don't know what notifications they will receive, but hopefully they will join in. Okay, somebody said something. She's in a gifted mood. For the last 2 live streams, Locke has been doing that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, it does show. Okay, good. Yeah, Cash does sound familiar, Michelle, right? Your friend Eden got one of the last ones. Told him to stay. Yo, why I was watching, well, not why I was watching Michelle's video. She was unboxing her Scott Barnes brushes that she won. Y'all, she was shouting out my channel like what? And she was like, y'all need to join her membership. It's $2.99 a month. She said, that's a shot of espresso at Starbucks. I'm just saying. I was like, oh, like she done broke down the math. I was just like, oh shit. Hey, Kay. And so I was just cracking up. And I was watching your video today, Michelle, and I saw you using the 63. And so I'm glad you are, because that one is like, what the hell do I do with this thing? So we're going to talk about, and keep in mind, y'all did just wake up like 40 minutes ago. Tomorrow's live is my last member's request, and that is why blend in when you can stand out with a big forehead? Because we do what we want to do here at the Crazy Troll Nation. Yeah, we call this the Crazy Troll Nation. So if you question anything, it's just because we want to. Oh, damn it, Janet. Damn it, Janet. The Mountain Dew is kicking in. I love the one that she did, that dark lip. I was like, oh, y'all know I love a dark lipstick. All right, so hey, Justin. How are you? How you doing tonight? I'm sleepy. I'm drinking Mountain Dew, so I'm getting a little hype. So we're going to talk about, I think it's only 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 9. We only used 9 palettes last month. And I was just like, really? But I think it's because we did so many live streams, and all of them, some of them we were doing looks, and so I didn't do makeup ahead of time. And also, right, like, tell her, Janet, why are you taking it with our fun roasting time troll style? We only used 9 palettes last month, and some of them I only used because I was not sure like where I was with it in my mind. But then I started a project. And so I've been to the next door. I went on the first and I went again today. I'm working on a project. And the lady that works there, she's younger than me, that I had met before. I couldn't find her on Instagram because she wrote down her Instagram. So she was helping me look for some stuff. And she went, I think we met before because I keep looking at you and you look familiar. And I said, you know, and we were standing on this side, and then there's an aisle in the middle, and then like another aisle. And I said, yeah, we were standing in there in the middle, and you were helping me with foundations, like when I need to re-up, like which shade should I get that's easy to mix and get the undertones and all of that. She's like, yeah. And I said, and you did a share look that day. She was like, wow, you remember that? So I be remembering weird stuff, and half the time I don't even know what day of the week it is. So I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, so she was there getting the day. Let our troll queen have a little fun, just a little. Since you're spamming your heart, I appreciate that. Oh, that's Citra doing that. Thank you, Citra. Am I saying her name right? That Mountain Dew has me in a chokehold. Yeah, when I am exhausted, Mountain Dew, and if I'm like super exhausted, Mountain Dew and Skittles. Yeah, I'm exhausted. What am I missing? She do, right? She look all, and she look innocent. I remember in the beginning when I started watching her, I was saying in a video, like I was wondering, like, how old is she? And I know now because she said it in a couple of videos, and I was saying how she looked like she's 12, and she was saying she's married with 4 kids, and I was like, okay, is this a child bride? Like, do we need to go do an intervention? Or I was like, she looked like a little baby herself. How she have 4 kids? Yeah, but she has an innocent face. Just checking up on. Last month was Liddy with. And we're almost, y'all, we are scheduled out for November. The only thing I left open, because I decided we're going to keep Tuesdays for our members requested looks that we do public lives for. And I do like having a dedicated look for that because I remember initially we were doing lives on Mondays and then we were doing Monday and Thursday. Thank you, Citra, for all the hearts. Okay, thank you, Michelle. I'm glad. I hate mispronouncing people's names. And sometimes the Thursday live was a members only. But then once we started getting more members requests from when we did the members exclusive Shop My Stash thing, I said, let's just have, drop those in on a Tuesday. And so I do like having a dedicated day for, to do members only looks that are requested. And so there's a couple Tuesdays this month towards the end of the month that we don't have any. So when we do our members only Shop My Stash, we'll plug those in. But other than that, y'all, we are scheduled for all of our lives in November. We're not going to do one on Thanksgiving, I don't believe. Yeah, I think we're just going to take that week off. We'll have one Monday and Tuesday, I believe, but not on Thursday. Yeah, but yeah, y'all scheduled all them lives. It took me like 2 days. Altogether, it was like over 4 hours to schedule. The schedule's quick, but then doing the thumbnails, editing the description box, all that stuff. So yeah, y'all, we rocking it with these lives. And it's a dry patch right here. All right, so let's get to this. So the first one, so we only used 9 palettes last month. And let me make sure this is on all messages, because for some reason the default is on top messages, which is just like, I want to see them all. Yes, Tuesday. Yeah, I like having that dedicated day, just for the members, for their looks that I do public. There are 2 channels you mod for that wish to cultivate the trolls. I don't recommend. What? Excuse me. Okay, I'll leave them alone, Jen. I'll try. I'll try. Because sometimes I do know they're being bitches and bastards, and then sometimes I don't know. So I do my nice nasty thing, and and you are a good judge of character too, Janet. So I do trust you. This is the box this came to me in. We're going to do this first because we're going to stack all the other ones on top of this, or just put them away. This is in my Macari store, so some of y'all might know. So I did keep the box, and I kept the original packaging and the pressed pigments that I took out and I taped inside the box. I put it back together inside the box, and so all the bubble wrap is in here. The little card is in here. I can throw my invoice away. Y'all kept it all. This that they wrapped it with, in case you don't know, or you haven't shopped there. This Inslee Rain, and so they always put a little sticker, and they put the palette in here, and then the palette's in here. Yeah, I kept the whole thing because I don't know why. I don't know if I anticipated not keeping it long or what. So it's kind of ironic. So maybe subconsciously. And a boo! No look tonight. We're going to talk about the 9 palettes that we used last month. And I thought to do a look earlier, but y'all, that appointment always knocks me out. Yeah, so no look tonight. Just me and all my glorious trollness. And I was rushing out the house, the apartment, and I forgot to do my skincare. So when I was at the next door, I'm like, do y'all have samples of y'all skincare? And I remember I had some before. So I put on some of their ceramides or whatever, and it feels really good going on. It's a serum. It feels really good going on. But then after it dries down, it doesn't irritate my skin, but it doesn't make my skin feel moisturized, even though it didn't look dry. Because I had like dry patches and stuff. I was rushing to get out of here for my appointment. So Underland. So maybe my subconscious knew that I wasn't going to keep it. Like, I don't know. I changed my setting. Is this backwards to y'all on your end? Or is it the right way? Can y'all read Underland? Because I never know. Because like in, did I miss? And no, Anna's Annabelle. I was going to say, Annabelle, allowing the trolls to troll changes the way your chat engages. I agree. I'm still backwards over there. Damn it. So this is how it opens up. I think. Yeah. This opens up. And so yeah, I kept all the original stuff, as you see. I love the packaging. Like they do packaging. And then the palette's in there. The palette. So this is what it looked like. This is in my Macari store. So the ones that were never in here, which is a pressed pigment, is this one and that one. And I think this is the one I used by mistake. And Janet was like, oh no. So yeah, it's back together. And this is in my Macari store. It's just weird to me still, and I know I said it before, because this is my color story. Thank you for the hearts. But it's just something about it where this is that dual chrome we all know and love and have, probably in like 10 different palettes. That burgundy to green, brown. Oh, and this has a little gold in it too. That green, brown, burgundy shift. When I saw it, I wanted it. I'm like, this is my color story. This is a nice grungy gold color story. And it just, how do I enter my request? You can do it at any time. You can do it at any time. The Shop My Stash, that's just to have it like official, like this is the day, and it's only for members only. So, you know, that allows me to focus more. But any video, any community posts, you know, you can always just request something. Yeah, it's no set time. It's just whenever. It just didn't call to me once I got it, and it was really strange to me because this is my color story. So it was weird even to me, like, why is this not calling me to use it? And So I paired it last month with Eternal Beauties. So we're going to look at that next, because I haven't been using that much, but I feel like I haven't been using a lot of palettes much anyway, to be honest with you. And they do packaging like extremely well too. Like everything is good except for their ongoing drama with stuff, but it just doesn't call to me. And I paired it with Eternal Beauties. How do you submit the picture? You can send it to me on Instagram. I don't think there's a way to do that on here, except maybe, I'm not sure. It might let you do that on the community tab, but I'm not sure. But if not there, girl, you're gonna send me a picture. You know I don't be recreating looks. You know I make shit my own. Send me a damn picture. If it doesn't let you put it on the community tab, just DM me on Instagram, and my Instagram is makeup_by_Dion Luvs, and Luvs is UVS, not OVES. So this is Eternal Beauties from Notoriously Morbid, and this is what it looks like. I thought it was going to be like a condensed version of the 669 palette. Y'all, I'm still checking Beauty Bay every day for that palette, every freaking day. And so this is what it looks like, but it's not a condensed version of the 669. This is, we're going to talk about this again next month, because they had a sale where this was $10.99, and so I bought one, so that means another giveaway. Yeah. We are doing our Natasha giveaway this month. Yeah. Hi, Valentina, I'm sorry. And I was just like, so if you ever just want a black or a red, and this does say it's a green, gray, or something, because I kept saying to me this looks green. This is shimmer black, matte black, shimmer red, black red, well, metallic. But they both the blacks look the same on me. Both the reds look the same on me. Maybe on other people they might look different, but on me, these two look the same, these two look the same. I do like that it's a dark palette. This does add a nice pop. These, everything does show up really nice on me. It's just like these two look the same and these two look the same. So to me, that was a little disappointing, because I'm like, we could have had some other colors, you know? But I don't know. But I don't use it often, and it doesn't motivate me and encourage me and excite me to do different looks with it, like with Xenon, because that was a complete grayscale palette, and I did like quite a few different things with that. But this one doesn't call to me much, so I'm like, well, let me just use it. And I do like the looks that I did with it, but it's just, and I like that you can do dark looks with it, or you can go ethereal with this one, and this one, and pop this somewhere, the purple. So it is a nice palette. The formula's good. Sean says, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Michelle. I'm trying to stick with what Janet said, so I'm trying to be nice. So, and I think we'll do this giveaway for Vlogmas. I was going to do it this month, but this month, because we're giving away 2 Natasha palettes, that's 2 things. Hey, Pete. Excuse me. Hey, Pierre. Hiccup trying to say your name, because that'll be 2 palettes to send out, and so I'm just like, okay, we'll wait. So we'll do a giveaway, and it actually arrived today, of Eternal Beauties. And so, and I know some of you are like, girl, that palette is just whatever, but I will say the shades are really nice. And if you don't have a nice black, or if you just want to know where it is and not dig through different palettes for it, these blacks are nice, and they are dark. This is a pretty shade too. This is a nice palette. So I'm just putting that out there, because y'all might look at it and be like, but yeah, so we'll give this away, and I already put a note in my calendar. We'll do this giveaway for Vlogmas in December, and also we're going to do a Penzies gift card giveaway, $50 gift card, which means that one will be, will that be in the US only? Because they don't ship overseas. I still do have a gift box from Penzies, and so maybe we'll do, if it's in keep it open international like we usually do, and if the winner's international, they'll get the box. If the winner's here in the US, they'll get the gift card. Maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure. Of course you have packages, Tanya. I have heard of Uruguay. Oh, thank you, Pierre. Roses and strength. Thank you. because I am not. Yes, people from the United States, the USA, used to think that America is just USA. I have no comment. Hey Tegan, how are you? Thank you. I'm looking at your name thinking, I'm trying to, for some reason it's looking familiar to me, but I'm half asleep, so this could all be a dream for like all I know. So of course, I don't know if I'm gonna tier them. I don't know if this will be top tier because it just does not call to me, which is strange because it is a pretty color story. Black, red, purple, a gray, green, and then you got some pops for inner corner or for brow bone. So it's a very simple palette, but I do really like it. But we're not going to tier today because I'm not able to think that much right now. So we're going to just put that away over there. Yeah, there's more I want to say, but I'll hold on to that because we have a live stream dedicated to my thoughts on some of my palettes. And so I'm trying not to say too much here. We also used Makeup by Mario, the Moonlight palette, and I think we used it for one of the troll play looks. And I want to say we only used the black. I'm not sure, but I'm like, I'll just put it in anyway because since we're talking about palettes that we used last month, I really do like this palette. And I don't know if I feel the way I do about it because it is like the first palette I think of when I do shading. And this shade, I love this shade. And also I do like the dark mattes. Like this isn't dark, but this is a nice blend out shade for me. But this brown, this blue, this black, this gray, this shimmer right here. So that's what, 6 shadows, and there's only 12 in here. So like half the palette, I'm like, yes, this one and this one show up exactly the same on me. You're like, girl, they 2 different colors. I can see that, but next to each other, they look exactly the same. It is weird as hell. This doesn't show up on me at all. Hey, Valentina. Thank you. I'm looking at these messages. I'm questioning the Janet question mark. Olivia. All right, let me just keep going. Thank you, Valentina. So I'm trying to figure out, which I just told you I'm not really thinking too much because I'm so tired right now. I'm trying to think about why I would put this top tier. Now I just said I'm not tiering them, but I really do think it's because this is what I think about when I do shading. And I do believe that's it because the first troll play look I ever did, and I did shading, was with this palette. And I think that's what like solidified it in my heart. And that look was nice. It was like this, like plain on one side and the other side we had like designs and all of that. And that was one of my favorite, still is one of my favorite looks. And that was my first troll play look ever, my first time ever shading. And yes, I'm pretty sure that that's what it is with this. But these mattes in here, y'all, the formula. And because of the formula, where did I have this one? Right here, yep. And because I love the formula, Nature Palette, this is in my Macquarie store as well. It ain't do it for me. In person, it looks somewhat colorful if you don't look at these two and you don't look at these 3. So it does have some color to it. I just want to know, it's the Nature palette, right? I see more colors than this in Nature. And so I wonder, like, where was he at that this is what he saw? And he was saying, and it is supposed to be ethereal. It's an ethereal palette thing. But I'm just like, where he been at? Where was he that he only saw these colors? And he did one of his clips on the Sephora website with this palette is, he was saying, you know, he was somewhere and he was looking at how the sun was shining through the trees or whatever, and so he saw the iridescence and all of that. So that's what inspired this palette. But I'm still just like, this ain't it. And it barely shows up on me. And it's not enough in here that I love for me to keep it and to keep using it, because I know I'm going to use Moonlight even if I just keep pulling that black and the gray and the brown. I am going to use it. But this one, I like the looks I did. Very basic, very ethereal. If you are into ethereal eyeshadow looks and you don't do bold colors, this right here, like you'll love it. The looks were pretty. The formula is really good, I think, and that's what drew me to it because Moonlight. I'm like, this formula is amazing, but it just is not. So this in Underland or in my Macquarie store. All right, this I received from. Y'all, my brain just wants to like keep shutting down. My brain is fighting right now between be hype on the do or just conk the fuck out. Like I'm struggling. My brain is like, which way you want to go here? Because we trying to shut down. This was sent to me by Notoriously Morbid, and this is their Spellcast beauty size. Backwards on your end, I know. This no, they didn't send this to me. Did they send this to me? Yes. They sent this to me, and they sent Swamp of Sorrows. When I saw this, there it go again. We know it, that green, burgundy, brown shift. And this is pretty too. This is another popular one. Sometimes I don't see them shine as bright blue as that, like right here. But it's that blue brown, and this is just the brown, greenish, burgundy-ish. When I saw this, I'm gonna hold it upside down. When I first saw this on the website, I was like, ooh. And I want to say it's $50-something. Thank you, Valentina. Thank you, Haywood. And so I was just like, Y'all know this is the side that got me, right? But there's some nice stuff over here too. But I was just like, and I wanted to get it, but I didn't want to get it. Because I was just like, so I messaged them because I'm on their PR team. So I messaged them and asked, was this on the list to be sent to me? Because if not, I was going to buy it. And they emailed back that they were going to send it. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Because I was really just like back and forth. And I really do like it. What we did, the first look this is a bright one. Like, look how, okay. The first look was these two columns. The second look was these two columns. Y'all know I was waiting to get to these two columns. And I do really like every look I have. And what I love about this palette is you can go light and ethereal, and you have your little dual chrome, multi-chrome over here. And then if you want to go dark, just put in one of these dark reds. The reds do look a little bit different on me. This is more like a hot pinky. This is more like a red to my eye. I do perceive color different to some people. My bags aren't looking too bad today over here. Cute girl, damn. I know we can do something about this. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm just like, damn, you pretty. I'm half asleep, half wired on Mountain Dew, and I'm tripping. When are you getting the new one? Which one, Janet? So I was glad that they were sending this, and I really do like it. So you do have options. Like if you like grunge, if you like goth, you can do that. If you just want ethereal, you got this shade. You got like these two down here, and then you can use the black for a liner. This is actually like a charcoal gray. I have it on here, like the shade descriptions, but anyway, yeah. And I think I'm gonna tape it to the plastic, and I do that for other palettes. I don't know why I didn't do it for this one yet. But yeah, so you can do light and ethereal. If you want to be really, really simple, and it looks like you did something complicated, use one of these dual chromes. Because dual chromes and multi-chromes makes it look like you did a lot of work when you didn't. Because when you see this on here, if you put this all over your lid, as you turn, that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like different colors on your lid. And so it looks like you did more work. It looks like, okay, how sometimes I use, 4 shadows across my lid, and it might just look like one multi-chrome. This is one shade and it looks like that. And so you can just put this on or a shade similar to this on your outer corner. Put this as a pop on your inner corner, and use either this or this on your outer corner. So really simple. Or just put this all over the lid and lower lash line, because I usually do lower lash line. But this is an easy palette to use. This is the shadow that Locke said was subtle but impactful. Because whatever look I had on that day already before we did the live stream, I'm like, let's just see. And I think it might have been a swatch party. So I put some here, and it is subtle, but it's impactful. It's noticeable, but it's not like bam in your face. It does not show up this bright on me. And then I took a little and put under my brow bone, and I'm like, Yeah, shades like bright like this and even like a lime green, they barely show up on my skin like how they look in the palette, but it was very, very pretty in the corner and then like up here. But that is a nice shade. And also, y'all know how I put gel liner on lower lash line and then I put a shadow there. This will be nice too to further buff out or just to add, you know, a little bit more grunge color underneath of whatever shadow I have under my lower lash line. So this palette, it's a lot of options. These two this way look the same. And I remember when I swatched it, I'm like, I don't know, but they do show up different. This is a little bit darker than this one. And even looking at it here, I don't know how to describe it, but they look different. So this is how they look in person. So it's subtle. It's a subtle change, but this is just a little bit darker than that one. But it's a really easy palette. You got your brown, you got your charcoal gray, you got your reds. So I am glad because I was really like, I want to get it, but I don't know. Because what it is, and thank you to those of you who use my code. I do have a 15% off code down below. For them, I don't get commission, I get credit. And so I don't want to ever like deplete my credits. And so that's when I'm like, because it might be something that comes along and it grabs me and like, damn it, I don't have no credit, even though I would buy it anyway, because I was going to buy this anyway. So I was glad that when they said they were going to send it to me, because this is a really good palette. And when I used this one, this is what kind of brought me back home, because I remember saying how, which new one, Janet? Am I missing comments? Because it's still where it was before. Okay, no, I'm not missing. Because I remember saying it was bothering me that I was doing a lot of ethereal looks, a lot of monochromatic looks, and y'all know I live in Grungeville. I'll say on the borders of Grungeville, because Michelle does like messy grunge, which I always say I really love, but she actually does messy grunge on a regular basis, like every day, every look. So I'll say I'm on the fringes of Grunge Town. I'm the 55-year-old grunge person. Michelle, she's a lot younger than me, so she's all in. She's 10 toes down with that, which is awesome. But when I used this, it brought me back home. Like, this is where I live. This is what I love. So why do I keep doing the other stuff? Because they're simple and easy. You don't got to think about it. But this palette is easy to use too. I love this palette. And so I was glad that they did send it to me. So why didn't I have Swamp of Sorrows on my list? Did we use Swamp of Sorrows last month? We had to have used it last month. Did we use this last month? And I'm miscounting it. So this one they sent to me in the same package as the one I just showed you. So we're just going to talk about it because I'm sure we did. Swamp of Sorrows. It is not Swamp of Sadness. Swamp of Sadness. This one, the PAO was 24 months. The other ones are 12. So I'm like, I don't understand. And this is one where I did do the descriptions and I did tape it to the plastic. So I don't know why I didn't do it for that one, but it will be done tonight maybe. So this is what this one looks like, and the same thing. And even this one, the same thing. So when I keep saying we have this one, that flip and this flip and like 4, 5, 6 different palettes, yeah, the one I just showed you had both of those. But this one is a brighter green, but you know, it's this one and it's the same thing as the other palette. And we still have the browns. The browns look really similar. How do we feel about that? This one, excuse me for shaking you, this one does show up lighter on me than this one does, but side by side they would look the same. And also depending what brush I use, if I use a fluffier brush or not. Oh, Swamp of Sadness, yeah. And I don't know why it wasn't on my list. We had to have used this last month. I'm starting to sweat. I had this on because my head was cold earlier. Sweating, y'all. I really enjoy this palette too. I don't remember how I think we did these 6 shades for one look and these 6 shades for a look. These shades, this is an iridescent something or other. And there's like, let me see what it says. This has like a pink, purple something in it. That shade is Moonchild. Moonchild, this is described as pastel multicolor highlight that shifts from ethereal pale pink to soft lilac and gold. That's what it says on the thing. But just looking at them, they both look white, but they are not. And this one is a white. Is it? Let me see what the paper say. Yeah, matte, soft, ivory, white. I do really like this palette. Um, Looking at it now, Sweet Baby Jesus, I love that palette. This one, Michelle, Swamp of Sorrows, or Vela Tofana. Y'all, um, I did get another palette from them. So that came today along with Eternal Beauties. They were in different packages because I ordered them one day after the next. And their pre-order they had, I think it was the Dark Path of the Dark Side or something. And it was a pre-order. They said that they would start slowly shipping out the first week of October. Today is November 3rd or 4th. It does say it was just pulled for processing. And that one was expensive, I think, because it's mostly dual chromes and multi-chromes in there. I think, I'm not sure. I wrote it somewhere. But this palette, I really like this palette. But what I'm thinking now, because I just showed you Vela Tofana, is we have this and we have that one. So I'm looking at this like... This is a nice pop for inner corner or just that thin line that I like under my brow bone. The formula in here, Michelle, none of these are the flaky shades. Because sometimes you'll have a flaky multi-chrome or dual chrome or metallic, but it goes on smooth. That's how Vela Tofana is. Some of them look flaky, but they go on smooth and they're not messy. These are all super smooth. These are, look at this. These are super smooth. These are super smooth. I don't know which one I would say to get over the other one, because I really like the other one too, because it is a lot of variety in there, and you can spice it up with the lighter shades. I would kind of say both of them. Michelle's a sweet baby. These love it. Yeah, and the formula, I think. Just because everything in here is super smooth, I think I would say this one over Vela Tofana. But Vela Tofana, they are still smooth. Some of the shifty shades in there, you will have to go back and forth because where you put it, that's where it is. Or it might just be the primer and the base that I use. But it is a lot more variety in that palette than this one because it has more shades. And so, but yeah, these are super, super smooth. Yeah. So if you could only get one, I would say Swamp of Sorrows, and this is less expensive. This is $29.99. I think Vela Tofana, excuse me, is 50 something, I believe. But these, yeah. So that brought me back home too from from doing a lot of the ethereal looks and stuff like that. But we'll talk about that when we talk about the other palette. Okay, we got 4 more, but 3 are the same brand. Dramatic. It's not dramatic. This is not a dramatic palette, even for me. If you're very fair, this might be dramatic for you. And someone asked Morgan Turner, they didn't ask her, but it was one of those passive aggressive things. Like, I'm looking at this like, is that hard pan? Like that shine right there, but it's not. This part was like, wait, I don't think so. Take my sponge tip applicator over here. No, it's not hard pan. Y'all, when I see that shine like that, I be like, whoa. Y'all saw how I did a double take. But yeah, it's not hard pan. Microfiber cloth, always have them at my station. That was like, wait, what? Don't be doing that. Be hard panning. But it's not. Morgan Turner, to me, it's passive aggressive. I don't think it's intentional. She had bought 2 of them, and somebody commented, oh, I wonder, what it would look like doing a dramatic look with the soft palette and a soft look with the dramatic palette. And I'm just like, so she said she thought about it, and she did do it. She tried to do it. With the soft palette, she was able to do dramatic because these 2 last rows there is some overlap, but those are not as deep as these 2 rows in this one, columns actually. And she did try to do a soft look with this palette, so she kind of stuck around here. But for her, it was still dramatic because she's a lot lighter than I am. But for me, none of this was dramatic. And I think we did like 2 columns a look. Yeah, we did do that. We did 2 columns a look, 2 columns a look, and then these 2 columns. And we did this one second because I just wanted to see what it would do. Even using these 6 shades right here, the look was not dramatic. It was not dramatic. Not at all. And so I'm feeling some kind of way, but I do like it. Like if you just want like your basic nude shades and like a couple pops, because this is shiny, that one's shiny, and you want some dark shades, you can. And this is a good replacement to me for or from Biba, which it did sell in my Macari store within like a week, I think. So you're off the hook for that one, Michelle. Somebody did buy that one, and somebody purchased. Somebody bought something else. I forget what it is. Excuse me for smacking. I mean, I'm glad to have it. Yeah, somebody purchased Biba. What was the other one they purchased? I don't know. I did put Gold Dust Woman in there because I didn't hear back from the person that had said that they would like it. But so after it sat here for like a week, I'm just like, because y'all know when I'm ready to get rid of stuff, it got to go. Even if it just goes in the store and in a box on the shelf, wait till somebody buy it and then I ship it out. Like I'm just ready for it to be out of my eyesight. But that's still there. So if they do still want it and contact me, I'll just take it out. But I think this is a good alternative to Biba. Almost, because Biba had that black in there, but this is a nice black. The black in Biba, I believe, was a cream to powder. And they had like that smoke gray shade in there, and then it was like a light gray shade in there. And I was just like, ooh. But this will be my new Biba, because it has the basics, got a little shine, got a few dark shades. I don't regret it, but I'm like, it's not dramatic. And I know I talked about it before. It was Daphne, I believe. Her channel is Daps Makeup, DAPS Makeup. She's strictly high-end and luxury, which is awesome. I'm kind of like hovering in like high-end. And she was saying how just that perspective, where she comes from, like her perspective, this would be dramatic. Even though she made it for like deeper skin tones to be dramatic, it's not dramatic for us. You know what I mean? So, but I get that she's trying, but it's not dramatic. And so, in a way, I was a little disappointed, but then looking at it, why would I be? Like, it is what it is. Her shadows show up like what they look like in the pan. But I do really like it. Easy to work with. I love her formula. I love all the formulas in here because she has been trying different formulas lately. But I do like this. This would be a palette that I would travel with, because I can do different types of looks and I don't have to worry about mess. And y'all know I do my face first. When people are like, oh, you have to do your eyeshadow first because of fallout. Now, fuck all that. I'm gonna do my face first regardless. And for me, I think it's part technique, part tools you use, and just like how you do your makeup. Because I very seldom have a lot of fallout from anything. Sometimes it's like, oh, I got a few flakes here, maybe a couple flakes there. But some people, it's just all over their face. And I'm just like, that don't happen to me. But then, we do stuff different, use different types of brushes. Anyway, so this would be one I would travel with because I can go ethereal, I can go light, I can go monochromatic. If I want to, I don't even want to say spice it up because it's not spicy. But, so this is kind of, oh, hey, Real Talk with Cash. Thank you for the Sunday. I was wanting ice cream yesterday. I really was. So thank you for that. And y'all know I love Natasha too. So, so we got that. We got that there. The last three, we're going to talk about my 3 MAC BYOPs. There's a story behind this, and we're going to talk about it in our live stream that's scheduled, like palettes I don't think about. And y'all know I love MAC's formula. I love MAC's formula. So it's like, girl, what is your problem? And the thing that I'm working, I told you I've been to the MAC store today and 2 days ago. So it's like, okay, if you kind of wondering about MAC, why the hell you on another project? I do love these. But when I explain it to you, y'all going to be like, okay, that might make sense. Maybe. But so this one, I don't know if the look's aired yet. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, that was from, that thank you goes to Lock Maiden because she gifted memberships. And so you were one of the recipients of the gifted memberships. And so, yeah, that thank you goes to Lock Maiden. She's here in the chat somewhere. So yes, and I hope you do. Hi, Tammy. So I hope you do enjoy our content. I hope that you do stay. We do have a members exclusive video coming up either this week or next week. It's already scheduled as a live stream, so I do hope you're able to come to that. Um, hey Tammy, did I just say? I don't know who I just spoke to. No, I am tired. So this is my Cobalt palette because I know that this shade is Cobalt, and so we did use it. We did a look, and I love MAC's formula. MAC to me is still the OG, and more so their older stuff. Like their newer palettes, except for their 6 pans, and I do highly recommend their 3 12 pans. I highly recommend them. I really do. Like these, there's only one dud in there, and it's chrome yellow. Like that shade just does not pick up, does not put down, but it looks pretty in the pan. And I love their formula. And I think what happened with MAC was, because I started using MAC back in like 2009 maybe, and I'm like, this is friggin' awesome. And I think, and it was like, and back then, if you weren't using MAC shadows, you were not using eyeshadows, because like MAC was it. If you can have on full face of makeup every day. If you don't have nothing from MAC on your face, you wasn't wearing makeup. You was not wearing makeup. I mean, that's how much it was like MAC, 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 MAC. And so what I think happened is they don't advertise a lot. And I think they rested on their reputation because they were the it girl, the only it girl for a long time. And then when other brands started popping up, and then the indie brands started popping up, and then with all the advertisements, and then the TikTok ticks, and the Instagrams, and the grams with the Instas, and it's like all this stuff coming out, and people doing all this content, and then even brands like ColourPop, every friggin' week, if not twice a week, they come out with a new collection. And so MAC was still just, yeah, I know I'm fine, just chilling in the back, and they just got ran over. That's what I think. Because their formulas, though, y'all, the formulas are still it. And they still do not even advertise a lot. So it's like, y'all need to rethink that. Like, when did y'all fall off? Because MAC is still it. But with all the new stuff over like the last 10, 15 years, people aren't checking for it because they don't freaking advertise. And because they don't advertise, and because as far as I know, they don't send PR, people don't talk about it. So if you want to hear about MAC, tell your friends to watch me. But and even their cream products, I have all of their 6-pan Sculpt, Conceal, Correct palettes. I have their 12-pan foundation palette, and all that stuff is in my kit. My kit is primarily Makeup Forever. I have all of their face palettes except one, and all the cream, contour, blush, all that. Those are all from MAC. So I have like an abundance of MAC and Makeup Forever in my kit. And Natasha didn't own the eyeshadow palettes. But anyway, MAC is still it, but people don't know because people don't talk about it because they don't advertise a lot. They don't. But I'm just like, y'all need to like get it together. And so, and they're sold at the CCOs. It might be a CCS where you live. They're both the same thing. Everything in there is Estee Lauder. So a lot of these shades in this palette in particular, I got down from the CCO, CCS because they were like 60 to 90% off. Some of these palettes, some of these pans, I only paid like $2 and some cents for. And so I was looking through the book and I'm like, okay, I don't have that shade. Okay, can you pull that one for me? Don't have this shade, pull that one for me. So that's how most of this was made because I just didn't have the shades already, And I love their formula. This is Power to the Purple. The previous one I had, it did get dry on me, so I went into the store, got a Pro Pan, because it comes in a compact or just the pan. And so I replaced that one. And so, I mean, I still love MAC. It just gets overlooked because of all the new stuff, I think, and because they don't advertise and they don't send up PR, to my knowledge. And then they did break off into skincare because skincare has been all the rage the last years or whatever. But I will say I have not had a bad reaction, for smacking, to any of their skincare products, but they didn't do anything for me either. Like I was saying earlier, thank you for the hearts. I put the ceramizer on. It felt really good going on. And it did, it moisturized where I didn't still have the dry patches that I had because I forgot to put my skincare on today. But then like 15 minutes later, I'm like, my skin did not feel moisturized. It didn't look dry anymore, but it wasn't like how you put on moisturizer or a serum and you're like, wow, this feels good. 20 minutes later, still feels good. It feels like nothing. Like it doesn't do anything for me, but my skin does not have a bad reaction to it, which is always a plus. But yeah, so that's what I think happened to MAC. And some of their palettes they come out with is like, they came out with a Whitney Houston one. Y'all, that thing looks so dusty. I was like, what are they doing? But I will say this though. Ruby Woo is still like one of their number one top selling lipsticks. But yeah, so this is the Cobalt palette. I used this last month because I was trying to see like, okay, am I still where I was with MAC? And I am. I was just like, this one I call my work palette because this shade is work spelled with an E. Oh, I know what I was going to say. And so I arranged this, even though I don't like my monochromatic, right? You have like your easy grungy row, you have your easy, somewhat mid-tone, colorful row, and then you have like a little basic row. Yeah, they did Whitney like that, Cash. That palette, the shades was pale and they looked pasty. They had like a light purple in there that looked dusty. I'm like, what the hell is this? Of course I ain't buy it because it looked dusty, but I was just like, no. They did a Black Panther palette, which I purchased. And I wore it a few times, and then it was just like, because I'm trying to support. I do really like the movie, too. And so they try, but I'm telling you, though, these right here, these three, and they're 6 pans if you like smaller palettes. And I did have all of them. And they had a limited edition 12 pan, and they had 2 limited edition 6 pan. And then I had their other 6 pans, all except one, I believe. They ended up in my Macari store because I found out that I don't really pull, 6 pan palettes that often. But this one right here, oh, and the limited edition 12 pan, when I sent that to Janessa, and she really liked that one. But these 12 pan, y'all, these is it right here. And they have something for everybody. These are less expensive alternatives also to Pat McGrath. This one is Future Flames. I did one look with this and the other eye with, I think it was Sunlit Seduction. You couldn't tell which one was which. And this gives you more variety than Sunlit Seduction, and it's a whole lot cheaper. This has the variety. And everything in here works. Everything in here is smooth. I will say that their satins are satin, so you're not going to get that bling shine like you do from Pat. But if you're okay with that, get this one. Ulta has coupon codes sometimes that include Prestige. Get you one of these. So that one is Future Flames. I don't know if I said that earlier. This one, and what you see on the outside, and y'all cannot convince me that Morphe didn't copy this. How they have their new ones with the similar type. And it's that, y'all, this is so sleek and so pretty. This one is Unfiltered Nudes. Y'all, if you're into nude looks, what they call everyday looks, natural looks, whatever, this right here. And believe it or not, there's a lot of variety in here too. And even for me, nothing is dusty. Everything shows up. I love every look I did with this palette. MAC is still it. They just need to just... They need to fight for their seat at the table. That's what they need to do. But this one, if this is your color story, yeah. Get one of them. And even if they have it now, because Ulta has a sale going on now, they have a code for different percentages off depending on how much you spend. This one is, oh, no, I didn't. And that's a brand I don't wear, so I kind of just disregard. I'm trying to get into makeup. It's a nice set. Yeah, because you have all your colors. You got all of your tans, grays, neutrals, and then you got your reds and burgundies in there. This one is the fun one, even though I love them all. Michelle, I'm still waiting on Autumn Rose for the other side. This one, hi-fi color, is this one. This, y'all, if y'all like fun colors, look at that. So these, what's on the outside is what's on the inside. And their 6 pans are the same way. And here we go again. That green, red, burgundy shift. And this shade, I want to say it's Starry Night. I'm yelling. Why am I yelling? That is Starry Night. And I have that in one of my other palettes too. One of my other MAC palettes. This is Chrome Yellow. It don't pick up, it don't put down. It's just looking pretty in the pan. And I don't know if this one is just a dud or if it's across the board with all of theirs. Because just like that yellow in Villa Tofana, that sucker shows up. It's subtle but impactful. And that was the perfect description when, like I said that. But this one, for me, does not pick up, does not put down. So it's just there to look pretty. This is Carbon. This is a nice black. This is a nice black. Your Sephora BF haul is here. I got hung. So if you want more fun, so you got options. You got your grays, you got your smoke, you got your burgundies, reds, pinkish, and then you got this one. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun palette. I don't remember when I last used any of these. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't do it. Even with the eyeshadow, it does not even pick up for me to put it on my lid. Like this, it don't even pick up on the brush. It don't really pick up on a sponge tip applicator. I don't know what it is with this shade. It just, look at that. And y'all see how it looks in the pan though. And it just, it and all of that, and that's it. Y'all see, I am just, what the hell? You see what I mean? Like where it just like, maybe it's my complexion, but even on yeah, it just don't. It's just, and I seldom use sponge tips unless I'm just trying to amplify color. But even on the sponge tip, it's just like, okay, I see you trying, but we're not coming out to play. Like it just doesn't want to really pick up for me. But they play too much. It does look nice, so it's just in here to be pretty. This is the pretty hot girl that just sits in the corner and just be chilling. That's it. She pretty. She just. And I use the Fendi Eye Primer, which is a tacky primer for me, and I put a paint pot on top of that, so that grips everything. But it don't want to go on a brush to get it on the. Yeah, they play too much because it is pretty, and it does add to the palette, the look of it. This shows up nice, believe it or not. And that's not even as bright as that one, and that one just don't want to work. But I do recommend these three from MAC, if nothing else. MAC just needs to stop resting in the back because it's still the it girl to me. And I think that might be why I gravitate more towards build your own palette, because you can just get the shades that you want. So this one is, it's talking about work, because this shade is work. And why are you looking dusty around the edges? And so I did this one. This shade here is Dark Matter. This is a Pat McGrath single that I found at TJ Maxx or Marshalls. This one is Illuminati from MAC. Everything in here is MAC. Something else in here ain't MAC. I got the shade Label Whore Me. If y'all don't know, I'm a label hoe. So these are what it is. And I think something else in here. Yeah, this one is Divine Mink. This is a Pat single as well. So Divine Mink from Pat. This is Dark Matter from Pat. Everything else in here is a MAC shadow. So again, we have like our smoky road. We just got whatever kind of road. Some of these shades here, I'm just like, is another one of these a MAC shade? No. This row, I'm just, but I like this one because these are kind of grungy over here. These are nice for transition, blend out shades. But this row, and y'all like, girl, you put it together. Why you ain't hype about it? Because I do things like that. But it's still just a formula. I know I say this, y'all, every time I talk about work, I always talk about the Rihanna song, okay? Because I'm like, what the fuck? Because she's like, he saved me happy work. He saved me happy work. And then he come on talking about when you going to be done, when you coming home. And I'm like, nigga, you done told her to go to work. Now you talking about when you coming home. What do you, when you want her to work, you want her to be at home? And I know it's just a song. But stuff like that, I'm like, make it make sense. You told her she got to work. And then you talking about when you coming home. You told me to go to work. Anyway, I say that every time I talk about the name of that shadow, because that just don't make sense to me. Like, he said me happy work. He's like, when you gonna be done, when you coming home. And it's just a song. But the way my mind is, it's like I listen to the lyrics. I'm like, make it make sense. Like, you want to work? Okay, let me keep moving. So So we did use all 3 of these last month, and it's still the it girl. It's still the it girl. They just need to they need to do something. I don't know what they need to do. And I think, like I said, because they were the only one, not even to say number one, but they were the only one for so long that they was just chilling. And so they didn't know how to market. They didn't know how to PR or whatever. And they were just sitting on the side of the road, and other brands was just zoom, driving by, zoom, zoom. And now when you hear, about Mac, it's like, oh, they released something? Oh, I missed it. Like, seriously. Yeah, the lyrics don't be making sense. Okay, let me keep going. It's just a song. I keep telling myself it's just a song, it's just a song. But I still be like, every time I hear that song, I'm like, nigga. This one is Starry Night, which was in Hi-Fi. That same shift. So when I tell y'all I have in like 6 different palettes, that shift, that burgundy green brown shift, I really do. This one, okay, I got my green row, and y'all know I keep saying I don't lean towards monochromatic looks, but girl, why you make your palettes that way? I don't know. Just the crazy phonation, damn it. We just do shit, even if it don't make sense, like the song lyrics. Let me have my green row. And I do make a point to hop around, so I don't even know why I did it that way. I really don't. Is this Carbon again? This is Carbon. This is also in, I think, Wi-Fi color. And y'all really just like all of these shades. And so we use this again. This is super nice for, I like this for just that really thin line under my brow. This is a nice shade. This is a nice, bright, bold shade. How it looks in here is how it shows up. And so, yeah, so these are my 3 MAC palettes. And so just to recap, I already put everything away. We used our 3 15-pan MAC BYOPs. We used Swamp of Sorrows, Vela Tofana, Inslee Rain in my Macari store. Nature palette by Mario is in my Macari store. We used the Moonlight palette, and we used the Dramatic palette. I don't know if I'm missing anything or not. So that's all that we used for last month, y'all. That was it. Just 9 palettes. Simple, sweet. This will be one of our shortest lives ever. So we're just past an hour, almost an hour and 10 minutes. And so, but that'll be it for tonight, y'all. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be long. We're doing a face of don'ts. Like things that the beauty community say not to do. And somebody, I forget who sent it to me. They sent me a video. It was Janet. There was an ugly makeup trend going around, or ugly girl makeup trend or something going around a while ago. And she sent me some of those, y'all. They are so funny because they do it with a straight face. They're just doing all this crazy stuff with a straight face. And this is why you want to do this. And the shit was looking straight crazy. But that was the purpose of the video. And so I don't know if this is going to be like that. It'll end up looking like that. But thank you, I-90 West. Yeah, because Tanya requested me to do a face of don'ts. Like, this is what you don't do. And y'all know I'm good at doing stuff that they say you don't do. So it's going to be fun, I'm sure. And I'm going to use some new to me products to for that. And I am excited for it tomorrow. I should be wide awake tomorrow. I promise you I'm going to try my best. Well, I am going to go to sleep. Whether or not I wake up rested or not is something different. But so that is it, y'all. And I thank y'all for being here. Keep an eye out for, it's already scheduled, the swatch party we do for Natasha. That will also be the giveaway announcement video. And so I'll let you know now, just like with the last one, you're going to have to circle back after the live is over when it turns into a video and comment under the video. Because when I watch my lives back, I don't always, I'm not always able to see the live chat. And so I don't want to miss any entries. And so that's why you're going to have to circle back. And we are going to add a little doohickey to those prizes. So I'm saying this now because it will be a subscriber appreciation giveaway, meaning you will need to be subscribed before that video airs, before that live stream happens, because I want to show appreciation to those who are here and those who watch. And so that's why I do it that way. I never, if seldom, or probably never, do a giveaway where you can just enter, you can just subscribe on the spot and enter. You do have to be publicly subscribed before that live stream or that video airs, because again, I want to show appreciation to those of you who are here and that do watch and, you know, pay attention and comment and all of that stuff. So that's coming up this month. It's already scheduled. Next month, as I said, we're going to do a Pensies giveaway again, and we're going to give away Eternal Beauties. And so keep your eyes out for that. Well, this is only the 3rd or 4th of November, but that'll be in December. And so that is it, y'all. Underlands in my Macari store, Naked Palette, not Naked, Nature's in my Macari store, and a few other things, not a lot of things. Yeah, so that'll be it, y'all. And so thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're watching this and you're here and you're thinking you might want to win something, just go ahead and subscribe. But then you got to make sure you watch so you know what the rules are too. So it's complicated to some people because a lot of people, they skip through videos and be missing stuff, and that's okay. The ones that's here and watching, that's who I'm showing appreciation to. So y'all know what y'all need to do. Thank you again, Locke, for gifting memberships again. I just thought of Sandy again, Locke, because she used to do that too. I told you I sent the card. I have not heard back, and so it's been a long time. It's been a long time since she's been here, and I try not to think about it, because then when I do think about her, I'm just like, I'm thinking the worst, of course, and because it has been a long ass time. So, but anyway, thank you. Like, I appreciate all the gifted memberships. If you are here as a recipient of a gifted membership, do make sure you attend the members exclusive live stream. And enjoy the other perks of the membership. And I do hope that you stay after your month is over. The membership lasts for either 30 or 31 days. We would love to have you. Ask Michelle. She's like, everybody should join the membership. And I do appreciate her plugs. So we're going to go. I appreciate Replay Crew. You already know y'all rock. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Cash. Yeah, I think I'm going to just conk out probably before I even eat. I might fall asleep. But we'll be back here tomorrow night. Fun video. Have a snack, have your beverage. It's going to be long. I'm letting y'all know that right now. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you'll see me soon. Bye, everybody.